Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I'm Morik.
And I'm Lover's Lens. Today we have a treat that's a little twisted, a little sweet, and very magical. We are joined by DemonBear from HoneyBunny Studio, and we're going to talk about an Otome visual novel called Subject Love. Hello! Thanks for being here!
Hi everyone, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure for us as well. And to start off, could you tell us a bit more about yourself and your role as a developer?
My journey as a dev has started around pandemics. It was a tough time for everyone, and me and Alex were having a hard time. So one day I just came up to her and said, "What do you think about making Otome games?" We had no experience with anything. I am Otome gamer, but that's all. So she was a little worried about it and didn't consider doing it. But a few days later, we keep talking about it, keep thinking about it, and we decided to start it. So now we are here making games.
So you just woke up one day and you decided you want to make games?
Yes.
That's crazy. That's how dreams come true. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Actually, someone that says, yeah, I'm just gonna do something.
Yes.
Do it. And actually, it's quite impressive you were able to do it during the pandemic times, because that's when a lot of hobbies that I used to love I couldn't practice them anymore, and I kind of died out. But you started the whole thing during that time.
Yes. Things were getting quite hard. And Alex have been working with art for over 10 years, and I have been writing for something like that. So that's what we did for most of our lives. That's what we liked. So we decided to put things together and make something bigger.
So you write, and your friend Alex makes the sprites and the art, right?
Yes.
You both are amazing, and we have another labor of friendship here. Like, game made by friends. It's amazing. Yes. It's a common scenario lately in
it's
the
either
indie
a solo
studios.
dev or a friend group that gathers together to make a game. Quite often, really.
Yes.
So you know each other before you started making games, right?
Yes.
Yes, nice. That's so cute. Unfortunately, Alex can't be today with us, but you should tell her that her art is amazing and I absolutely love it.
I'll let her know for sure.
So, I think it's time to talk a little bit about Subject Love. So the game kicks off with a witch, a heartless one at that, and 6 rather unfortunate boys, each carrying their own chaos and charm. It's not your typical love story, is it? So can you give our listeners a spoiler-free glimpse into what Subject Love is all about?
Of course. The story follows Rosaline, a young witch who is tired of waiting for love to happen in her life. So she decided that it's time to brew a love potion and make it happen for sure. But she doesn't want to test the potion on herself. So instead of that, instead of doing something like that could, fail or make something bad on her, she decided to find 6 boys that caught her attention to experiment on them. That's the whole story. But the thing is, the potion can't be shared by all of them because it's just one dose. So she needs to make a little test to see which one of them will be the best one, the worth guy to test her potion. So it's not just about finding love, but finding the right guy to find love, to feel love.
Yeah, and it turns out rather interesting in the end.
No spoilers for now, though.
No spoilers.
So there's quite something fascinating about the core of the story. What happens when someone has never felt love tries to understand it? Where did that concept come from as an idea?
So when we were thinking about making Subject Love, we were thinking too deeply about the story or what a message we wanted to deliver with our game, because it was supposed to be just a April Fool's game. It was supposed to be just fun. But as we went through this specific message with love, we started to realize that there was something deeper, that we could work on it. And the funny thing about it is Alex is ace. So she doesn't understand some things about love and how people have relationships. So when we started work with Rosaline, she started to see herself on her. And we decided that we could be into something a lot more important than we had planned at first.
Well, that's quite interesting. The main character is kind of inspired by Alex, right? Or it became a thing post-mortem?
Yeah, it became later. At first, it was just a funny character that should be crazy and not understand anything, but wanting to learn about everything. But as things started to get deep, we realized that Alex had a lot to do with that, especially those parts about relationship.
The thing you said that at the beginning it started as a crazy character that didn't understand much. Yes, that came off pretty well, actually. It felt like she lived, in a forest away from people. I didn't know how to properly interact with them. And just kidnapping people or lying to them into your house was socially acceptable, of course.
Yeah. And everyone reacted so chill, like, yeah, we're chill about it. We can be kidnapped by this.
I mean, the journalist wasn't chill at all.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if I was kidnapped by a funny little witch, especially as funny as Rosaline is, I wouldn't be feeling too bad about it. Honestly.
Frankie was like that,
So, we already mentioned the journalist, and I have a general question about the boys in the game. Since we're an Otome podcast, we have to talk about boys, of course. So we've got 6 love interests in this game, and each one is unhinged in their own way, honestly. So can you please tell us a bit more about each one of them?
Of course. In Subject Love, we have 6 love interests. So we start with Blatella. He's a shape-tongued, no-sense journalist. He likes things to be clear and very close to earth. He really doesn't care about love, and he doesn't care how people see him. He's just there for the truth and to make his truth be shown to. We have Bugard. He's a dancer and the most beautiful man in the little village. And he knows that. So if you like confident narcissist guys who is there for drama, Bogart is really the right one.
He's such a diva, by the way.
Yeah.
He got so angry when I kicked him out.
He has a very strong personality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite fun, actually.
We also have the sweet guys like Frankie. He's soft heart. He's always there to help everyone. And we have Dog, who is quiet, but he's also very sweet on his own way. He doesn't show up too much, but, he's sweet. You can realize he's really sweet.
He's just very shy, that's about it.
Yeah.
I also love that no one was paying attention to him. In the blinking game, he blinked 1 million times, but...
That was the best part of the game.
Yeah, I was so sad. But we're gonna talk about that a bit later. Let's finish with the love interest first, and then we can comment on them a little bit.
We have the unexpected guys too, like Busby. He's sweet, he's airhead, and he's always trying to bring cheerful things to the conversation, but somehow he's hiding something behind it all. And we have Julian, who is the favorite one, a ghost who can't speak properly, but he's always around there following Rosaline.
I was
get a few words out. I heard him speaking.
Yeah.
I was very hopeful that at least he could write stuff.
Right.
But it didn't work out, and it was quite sad that I had to kick him out. But something unexpected happened afterwards, and I find it very funny. So Julian became one of my favorite characters in your game. And to me, in my playthrough, Frank was the first to go, but I am famous with my I love toxic boys personality. So Frank is the goody two-shoes of the group, and I was like very not interested in him.
No, I know.
And I knew that there's something wrong with Busby as well. So
He's
I'm
too
not
terrible,
gonna.
right?
Yeah, and that's candy all the time. So generally, I very much enjoyed the personality of the boys. As I mentioned, they're unhinged in different way. And I found myself laughing a lot during the game. So yeah, you did a great job with writing. They like each one of them has a very distinct personality, and Rosaline as well. Well, she has a very distinct personality as well.
Yeah.
She's very very funny. So congrats on the good writing here.
Thank you
It's
so
a
much.
very very funny little Otome.
And speaking of her, actually, can you tell us more about Rosalind herself?
Of course, she's our little gremlin. We go around saying people really adopted her like that.
A good description of her.
Oh, she's completely out of her mind. And she does what she needs to do to get what she wants. Even if she has to commit a few crimes along the way. She has no regret.
Just a few crimes.
Yeah, just a few.
And maybe trap someone in her basement for months.
Yeah, you forget about that.
And forgetting about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I really found funny in Rosaline is that she always talked about killing her subjects and doing bad stuff to her subjects, but she was extremely kind to all
Yeah.
of the 6 guys. And I
Yeah.
believe that this whole I want to understand love challenge that she did on herself was a life-changing experience, I guess. She learned stuff from that. She learned
Yeah,
how to
completely.
interact like a human, I think.
Yeah, and in this subject love, the first game, it was really funny to see. We had a short time to work on that, but we still could make Rosaline show some feelings.
Mm-hmm. So in the process of testing stuff, she might as well understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Understood
So-
herself better.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we mentioned about a particular character being stuck in the basement.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about Doug. A lot of players have been very, very vocal about him, and I am quite sad too, honestly. I wanted to have a happily ever after with him and to teach him what love is. And yeah, it didn't really work out in the end. But did you expect these reactions from the players?
No. Honestly, no. When we were creating everything, Dog was just really supposed to be just there and not call attention at all. We overlooked him. Most of the time. Usually when we are creating games, Alex and I, we play some bets on which love interest will call more attention. And this time we didn't consider Dog. We even forgot about it.
That's
Oh.
so in character, actually.
Yeah.
That fits him perfectly.
Yeah. So it was really amazing. It was a shock for us to see so many people so connected to him, so worried about him. But in a good way, we were really happy about it.
I think this is your fault, you know, because you wrote him.
Yeah.
You wrote him so well. I mean, I was actually sad for him because he was like, I don't know what love is, but I've been living in your basement and I've seen you, I've heard you talk, and it's nice. And he was actually very sweet, and I
He was.
believe that's why people liked him that much in Subject Love, and they wanted to have a better justice.
Yeah, it was
For him.
all right.
It was not right. But I hope that in the sequel there will be something about him.
Yeah,
Can you
we are
can
going
you
to work
tease,
a lot on it.
can you tease a little bit on it, or it's a no?
Yeah, I can. We have some ideas that we are still sketching around, so I can say a little bit. For Dog, I think we are going to bring a very unexpected road for him. People are really not ready for what's coming because
Boy.
it's totally out of the story.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am interested now. You caught my attention. But is there gonna be like how to say it? Justice. Is there gonna be justice for him? Are they gonna
Yes.
have like a love thing
Okay.
together, Rosaline and Doug?
Yes, we are going to bring of course, we will have some bad endings, but we are going to make lots of loving endings, and Doug will have his own.
Nice.
Very
Great.
Yeah.
And does Botella get to sue you?
He
was
will have a
trying to
lot
do
of
that.
chance for that. Yeah. He will do that a lot now.
So, moving on to design and of the game, sprite animations and subject love were really nice, and the sprites in general. What was your approach to bringing the characters to life through visuals?
Alex could answer that better, but I think when we are working with characters with so much emotions, we work better with the expressions. And for the sprites, that's what we focus at this time. We gave extra effort on that because this kind of game is supposed to be fun in every aspect. We don't want the attention only to be in the story, but also on everything around it. Because sometimes in those small expressions, you can see some hints of lore. Like Botella has some very exaggerated expressions. So you can realize how he deals with people around the village just because of those expressions, you know?
Yes. I also noticed that Rosaline herself is extremely expressive.
Yes, yes.
I mean, Doug did not have much expression.
No, not at all.
But all
I
of
was
the other
checking his
boys.
folder. I was checking his folder the other day, and he's the only one that had around 3 expressions.
Oh, he has more than
Everyone-
one. I did not
Yeah.
notice.
That's
Oh,
such
yeah.
a phenomenon, by the way.
That's such a fun little fact.
Yeah, like this is the most overlooked character by the developers, even the developers. And
Yeah.
everyone just happened to love him.
Was
Very-
he your first choice, by the way? I forgot.
Yeah, he was my first choice.
Wow.
I felt like he was the only genuine love interest there. Like the
No, I
only
like the-
interest that was interested in the main character. That's how it felt to me.
I mean, everyone felt genuine in their own. Well.
Well, they had their reasoning in
Yes.
the beginning, and Doug was there just like, yeah, great.
I know.
I'm not in the basement anymore.
Great. Upgrades. Now I have a couch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Botella was also kind of honest in that he didn't want to be there. He got kidnapped.
Yeah.
He was going to leave.
So let's get back to the visuals because I have a nice question there. So, Subject Love has a retro, almost flash game aesthetic that makes it feels like something from our childhood a little bit. Can you tell us more about the visual direction and the art choices you made and why you decided to do exactly this aesthetic?
Of course. Usually, our art style follows what the game wants to show. What's the theme? So with Subject Love, the goal was to create something out of the box. We have a chaotic MC forcing people to fall in love with her, but the story is told in some kind of comedy way, because we didn't want people to feel like it was bad or uncomfortable. So with this comedy, we had to be playful with the art too. So people could have fun while playing with it. But yeah, most of Alex's inspirations to make the game was some Flash games from our old times when we were kids.
We actually
So
got
it
it
has
right.
a big influence. Yeah, it has a big influence. She also likes Adventure Time, so the art is not really similar, but she wanted that fun to be in the game.
Kind of see it now that you mention
Yeah.
it. And on to choices and endings and emotions. We've got 6 different endings, and they range from, well, hilarious to horrifying to heartfelt. So how did you strike balance between the parody and the general emotional impact?
It's really hard.
I bet.
It was hard. Yeah. But, you know, when you are working with comedy, people usually don't expect us to bring anything serious to the story. It's just supposed to be fun. So it's our secret weapon, you know? Because you can place some serious questions, you can place some unexpected endings, and that will get people attention. So it's a little easier to connect to the player when you do something like that, and add more personality to the characters too, because people start to grow attached to them when they show so much that people can see themselves on the characters. So working with those themes are easier when you mix everything together like this,
I heard somewhere someone once said that comedy and horror are more closely related than anyone would want to admit.
Yes.
And I believe that honestly, because we saw both most endings are hilarious, some not so much, and go into the bit of a spooky or depressive route, so that's one proof. But also that sequence with Julian where he gets a bit literally possessive, like trying to possess you.
Yeah.
That was spooky.
I don't know, man. I laughed my ass off when he handed me the letter, the answers. I was very curious about that, and when I saw it, I was just like, no, come on. This is crazy. And every time my character wanted to communicate with him, and he was like big ass letters and trembling and sound stuff. I found him very funny, and even the jump scares, as Morik said, horror and parody are quite connected. And usually, if you watch a horror movie without the music, it's actually very funny.
Yeah,
especially slashers.
Yeah,
if
you put on the Naruto song or something
generic comedy music, just you know that comedy chase music they always play in old movies. Just put that over a chase scene in a horror movie and watch it become a
hilarious moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Subject Love, you even added jump scares, and I believe that the place that you added the jump scare is very smart, and I believe that this is the place I should mention that I really, really, really love Julian, even though he's a bit scary. So I wanted to ask you how you actually decided to sneak the horror element into the romance game.
Because it was an April Fool's game, we didn't have any idea of taking it serious. So while we were creating this love interests, we hadn't created Julian yet. It was supposed to be just 5. So out of nowhere, we just started talking. It was like, what if we get a ghost to be there too? Just for the fun, just for that. And then Julia was born.
It was that simple.
Yeah.
For the fun. For shits and giggles.
Because we wanted to make something related to Sadako, because it would be to show her love for all her movies too, and adding him there where it's not his place, because he's totally completely different figure compared to all the other characters.
I love the little touch that you can see him at the beginning of the game before he's even mentioned, off in the corner, just very much to the right of the screen, barely visible.
Like he's trying to hide, but everyone
I was
seeing
like,
him.
who is that? What is that?
Yeah.
Why are you there?
Yeah.
What's going on? Yeah, such a funny character. I love him.
So, in your HIO page, it's full of some emotional breakdowns and your players crying over some particular endings. How has the fan response shaped your development direction for the sequel?
It's been everything for us, because Subject Love was supposed to be just a April Fool game. It was supposed to be anything besides that. We didn't plan much more besides the small game. But as people started to talk and to comment and ask for things and start crying for dog and everything, we start to realize that we need to bring more. Because when we create the characters and the game, we sketch a little bit of lore to have a better idea of how their personality will react together, how they would be in some situations. So we had some lore, but it was supposed to be anything big. It was supposed just to be some information for us to work. But with people talking, people showing so much love, we decided that it was time to show this part too, show what those characters are, their story, their past. And I think if people didn't reach out to us, if they didn't talk to us like they did, we wouldn't be creating the sequel right now. So it's like love inspiring love,
Yes, so the
Very
reaction
cute.
was just so great that you had to make a sequel. I mean,
Yeah.
you had a fan base formed around the game.
Yes. Especially for justice to Doug and Julian, people are in love with Julian.
Yeah.
Understandable. So there's so many theories in the comment section. People were speculating about Julian's demonic origins, Busby's secret snacks, and even whether Doug is actually alive. And I wanted to ask you which theory is your favorite, and is there something that made you laugh or cry in the comment section?
I think every time people leave some comments saying how subject love has mean to them, how it was so made their day better, it already makes me want to cry because, it's just sometimes me and Alex, we do games for fun. It's not supposed to be anything big. So when people talk like that, it's really, emotional for us. But I think the other day I was watching people playing, making a playthrough on YouTube, and they just had the best reaction for Busby date scenario. When you start eating his candies, it's just so hilarious to see people realizing how the real Busby is. This is just the best. I love that.
Oh boy, a little bit of surprise, shall we say?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a twist. He's a twist. I was sure that there was something wrong there, but I was not sure what's actually wrong. Nobody is like this happy-go-lucky all the time.
Right.
So, very sus.
Yes.
Very sus.
So, the original Subject Love is free to download, so name your price, and now the sequel is already out with a demo. Can you tell us what players can expect in part 2? Wow, it was my turn to screw up a word.
Of course. For this game, we're going to bring the full story. We want to tell everything about Rosaline, past and present, and make a future with this game. We're going to go deep into the characters' lore too, like the love interest has a lot to talk about. Where they came from and why they are there, why Rosaline chose them. We are also going to bring some secrets that are around the village and how this also affects the character's story, because the side characters are very important to our story. So we are going to go really deep with drama, comedy, angst, and hopefully we'll bring more emotional damage.
So it's more of what everyone wants.
Yes. And
Excellent.
hopefully we are going to bring the full voice for this game too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That will be very nice to see. Well, here.
Yeah.
Do you have plans already on recruiting the voice actors, or is it just in the brainstorming stage?
No, for the sequel, we already had a cast call, and we got the voice actors there. So we have a partial for the demo.
Oh,
They're already there. And they are so excited to play. I think it was so fun to work with them on Discord because they are really into characters, especially Julian's voice actor. He's just amazing.
Okay,
and
so
he's having such a good time with Julian.
that now I'm excited.
Yeah.
We should.
I can't wait for the full game though.
We should check out the demo for the sequel as well. I'm quite interested in it now. It's one of my favorite parts of the interviews right now, and we always like to end up on a little tease for our listeners. So let's talk about the super cute PNG that you sent us as an exclusive piece of content. Tell me what's going on there. What is this?
So for the sequel, for the full game, we are going to work with those side characters, like I said, and one of those is Rosaline aunties. So there you can see a little interaction.
That's just how I imagined them, by the way.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is this inspired by Sabrina, the witch,
The
Sabrina?
teenage witch.
The teenage witch?
You know, there was a lot of inspiration in my life, so yeah, I can't deny.
Mhm.
It has a lot to do with it.
What's the names of the aunties? Because I can't really read them that well. So it's Donna and
And Revna.
Revna.
Yeah.
That's very interesting name.
Yeah, one of them work with the dark side of the magic. She's the tall one, Revna. She's really into those things like Julian. And Donna is more about plants, and she's more sweet.
Like a druid.
Yeah,
She's a green witch.
yeah.
Cute. Yeah, I can see this little I'm not sure. Is it the comics? It's a manga thingy?
Yeah, the image below, right? The last one, right?
Yeah.
It's that meme where there's a father in the beach trying to hold the child and how the mother is holding. Have you seen that meme?
Oh, yeah. You can definitely see different personalities here.
Yeah.
And I can quite understand why Rosaline turned out the way she did.
Yeah.
Now seeing her influence. And yeah, we will see it in the demo. We're gonna check it out, and yeah, that's about it. I just got very excited about it. And another question about the sequel. Can you tease a little bit about the general concepts? Like you said a little bit about Doug, you said a little bit about the Rosaline's family, and can you, I don't know, tease a little bit more?
Yeah. We are going to make a game full of choices, like the first one was. There will be some mini games around the game too. But the main focus for this game is to tell a real long story where all those characters are connected somehow. And I think I can say that Julian is our big man in the story.
Huh?
He's going to, how can I say this? He's going to touch everything and change everything with his presence.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Are we gonna hear him talk this time?
Yes.
Yes! Come on, let's go. Okay, well, thank you very much for the little sneak peek you made for us. And I wanted to ask you one last thing before we wrap up. Do you have any final words for our listeners and the fans of Subject Love?
I want to thank everyone for all the support, for being around here. Our players, they know how hard was it to make this sequel happen. Last year wasn't easy. We had a lot of trouble with our files, but we are still here. We are trying, and we'll make our best to make this game happen because everyone is here with us, and we'll make it happen for you guys. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us.
We're all excited and waiting for that to come out.
Thank you.
This was so much fun. Thank you, DemonBear, for joining us and making Subject Love such a beautiful and bizarre ride.
I just want to say that you're super sweet, and thank you very much again. And to our listeners, Subject Love is free on itch.io, runs on nearly every platform, and is packed with a lot of heart. So support HoneyBunny Studio on Ko-fi or check out the sequel. Definitely check out the sequel.
And remember, sometimes love is weird, a little scary, but totally worth it. Keep living your best narrative.